fellow guitarists, my name is Josh Rogers and welcome to this NBN guitar tutorial for Prelude No. 1 in D minor by Francisco Tarrega. Before I get into the tutorial properly, I'd just like to say that this is probably going to be, well, it will be the last time that you're going to see this couch and that background, because this is my final day in Djibouti in Africa. I've been here for 12 months, and if you look back in the channel you'll see basically, the last 12 months has had this background, this couch, but you won't be seeing it again because tomorrow I'll be departing for New Zealand, and I'm looking forward to getting home. I usually don't share this type of stuff. When I left China a couple of years ago, if you've been with me that long in the channel, I used to be performing on a blue couch there, and then I was in New Zealand for a few months and I had all kinds of different backgrounds there. Some were outside and some were filmed in my room back there. But from this point forward, you won't be seeing this couch anymore. You'll be seeing me back in New Zealand. I'm really looking forward to getting home. It's been a long tour, 12 months in length actually. But that's enough about my personal life. Let's do this. Make sure you tune the 6th string down to D, and if you want to check out the score, there's a link in the description to the website and you can find out how to access that just by clicking on the link. Let's play this. It starts off with an open D and going from 10 to 8 on the first string at the same time. Then we have a position shift. Same idea, 3rd fret on the D string, 6th fret on the first string, and we're going 6-5 on the first string. Same position. It's open G and 6 on the E string at the same time, into the 3rd on the first string. Then we're doing that, we're guiding from here, from 3 to 1, and we're playing the 2nd fret on the G, 1st fret on the first string together, and then open E. It's got this in the melody. Then we have 3 Ds, open D, 3rd fret on the B string D, together. Then we have actually the same melodic line but an octave lower, so we have, actually 2 octaves lower. It was, but now it's, okay, so we have those 3 Ds and then 3, 1, open on the A string, and then we're going to climb back up like that. 1st fret on the A string, open G, and that 3rd on the B again together, and back to the 3rd fret on the A. So then it's open D, 3rd fret G, 1st fret B together, then 2nd fret D. So from those octave Ds, then we go into an F major chord. So we've got that, and the melody is shifting too. Okay. So I've got a bar across 2 strings there, the first 2 strings, 2nd fret on the G and 3rd fret on the D. And I'm just playing the 3rd, 2nd and 4th strings like that together. Then 1, guide, 5, 8. Then half bar at the 6th fret. And we're playing 6-6 on the first 2 strings and then 7 on the G string together, and then 8 on the D string from here. You might have noticed from a technical thing, I've just kind of transferred this chord, that half bar, or it's not really half bar, it's just across 2 strings, and then it's kind of easy for me just to do that. And then I'm gonna, like that, so the first finger is on the 8th fret of the B string, and we have that at an open E at the same time, and then 8 on the D. 10-10 together on the G and B strings, followed by 8 on the A string. There, I'm sort of just hinging this, so I'm gonna, it wasn't a bar to begin with, but I lay the bar down just after, so we've got, so that's a bar at the 8th fret, and we're doing 8 on the D, 10 on the G, 8 on the B together, and then 10 on the first string. From here, then we have, that's just back to that F chord basically, without that third finger on the 3rd fret. So we've got 1, 1 and 2, E, B, G. And then we have C in the bass, 3rd fret A string, and then to a C. There, it's not a big move, I'm just doing that, releasing this finger and releasing the bar and just pivoting my first finger onto the C, 1st fret on the B string. So first 3 strings, 3rd fret, first 3 strings, 3rd fret. So it's open, 1st fret, open. And then we're going to move up to this. That's an F chord, 8th fret on the A, 7th fret on the D, 5th fret on the G, then 7th fret on the A. This chord, 5th fret on the A, 8th fret on the D, and 6th fret on the B string. So those 2 bass notes together, followed by 6 on that B. Then we're going to hold that, but so this 4th finger, don't lift it off from here. Hold, and then you're just going to put that 3rd finger onto the 7th fret of the A string. And play that, the 8th fret on the D and an open G, and then to the 5th fret on the A. Then we're just going to move this whole position 1 fret that way, like that. Followed by open E. So those 2 together. And then, same idea actually, like listen to this. It sounds just like this. But it's just down a bit. So let's have a look at that. It's a D minor chord, 5th fret on the A, 3rd fret on the D, 2nd fret on the G together, into the 3rd fret on the A, 2nd fret on the A and an open G, followed by 3rd fret on the B. Okay, there I've got 3rd fret on the A, 2nd fret on the D, open G together, followed by this. 1st fret on the B, then 3-3 on the G and B together, then open E. Then we've got this long, beautiful sort of descending thing here. Okay, you can hear there's a common in the notation. It's written with accents on the first note, like what was that called? Where are we? So that second F, the second note is quiet. Idea. So just keep that in your mind when you're playing this. So I've just done this. Then we've got, there is the 2nd fret on the G, 1st fret on the B, 3rd fret on the E together. It's accented, and then a bit quieter, 1st fret on the 1st string. Then we're going to pivot around this like that. So I've kind of kept that there, and then I'm just moving. See this? It just moves around like that. I'm not kind of totally repositioning my entire hand. I'm just doing a sly kind of twist into position. So here, that's open A, 3rd fret on the D, 2nd fret on the B, and 1st fret on the 1st string, followed by open 1st string. Then I'm going to pivot around this finger, so that's going to stay there. And I'm just going to bring this finger up to the 1st fret on the A, and I'm going to play that note, that pivot note, and the open E. Pivot, pivot, so that's the 3rd fret on the B. And then here, this is probably the hardest chord to get to, because you can't really take advantage of any like preparation or guide fingers or pivoting. It's just a complete repositioning here. We have 3rd fret on the 6th string, an open D, 2nd fret on the G, and the 3rd fret on the B. And then to the 5th fret on the G while you're holding those notes. But here we've got two things we can do. We can slide this finger along, and we can also keep this finger there. So we've got guide and pivot that we can use from this tricky chord. I'm gonna there. I've got 5 on the 6, open D, and 5 on the G together. Then to the 3rd fret on the G. Then 1st fret on the A, open D, 2nd fret on the G. From here into the open G. Then we have this. I like to spread that chord out because for me that's like the end of a phrase. A phrase is kind of like a sentence in music, like a musical sentence, and I felt that this is like the phrase. It starts here. Here. Some people might take it on and say that it actually doesn't end there. It's got that. So there's a number of ways you could interpret that. There's no phrase markings in the score, so you just kind of have to go with feel and experience. But yeah, I just like to spread that chord like that. You don't have to do that though. You can play it all together. Open A, 3rd fret D, 2nd fret G, 3rd fret B together. And then we're going to guide this here. And I'm just doing that there. It's not really a bar. So it's open A, 2nd fret D, 3, 3, G and B. Then, now it's a bar. Open A, 5th fret on the D, and 2, 2, all together. G and B. So we've got guide, pivot. And then we've got the next section, which is this. Okay, so I'm going to show you that, but I want you to know there's a lot of repetition in this piece, and once you get to that note there that I stopped at, everything starts to repeat itself. But don't worry, I'm going to take you through it all, and you can also listen to the playthrough of this. There's heaps of guitarists on YouTube that play this, and of course I do. I have a link to my full playthrough, so you can watch that as well. So we're starting with these octaves again. D, D, D. Open 6, open 4, 3rd fret B. Together, and then we've got this open G, 3rd fret B, open E, then to the 3rd fret on the G. So there's a lot of action on the G string. This melody shifting. Yeah. That's a bar at the 3rd fret, 3rd fret on the A, 5th fret on the D, 3rd fret on the G, 3rd fret on the B, then 5th fret on the B. Yeah. Then 8th fret on the A, 7 on the D, 5 on the G, 6 on the B. You don't have to do this full bar, but I do it for support. It could be like that. But it kind of keeps my finger in the same plane, so I just move it from here. And then we have 5, 8, 13 melody notes. You'll notice in my performance I don't get louder, I actually do a diminuendo there. I do this. That's just the way I want to do it. Sometimes you don't always have to get louder when you're going to a higher pitch. A lot of people fall into that habit. It's not necessarily right or wrong unless there's specific performance indications in the score, but there's not. So I thought, I think I'm just going to get quieter there, and for me the melodic passage felt quite soft. And then, so after this 13th note, I'm going to use the guide finger principle, and I'm just going to slide that back to the 10, put that on the 10 on the G string, and just play those together. Then to the 8th fret on the D. Then you may recognize this, we've played this before. So it's 8 on the B and open E, followed by 10 on the D. Here. Now we've done this chord before, but the first time we split it and we did this. But this time it's all together. 8 on the A string and 10, 10 on the G and B. Then we have open G and 11 on the B, guide to the 3rd fret on the B, and then everything starts happening again. Back to the beginning. That's all the same, but then it changes. Before we had, but this time it's this. So it's not too bad. We've got, and we just move these two fingers to the 2nd fret. Play the first 3 strings, followed by open A. Octave Ds, 6 and 4 open, 3, 1, open on the A string. Then it's 5 on the 6th string and 3 on the G together, followed by 2 on the D string, and then 4 on the A, 2 on the G together, followed by open A. So Then we have a series of artificial harmonics. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to give you the fret names and you have to add 12 on, so it's open, open. So I'm putting this finger directly over the steel bar, the fret. So if I say open, you add 12 on. I could say 12, 12, like that. So my index finger is right over the bar. This is something a lot of guitarists that don't really know this technique get wrong. They sort of think, oh, you got to put your finger like where you normally put your finger, like that, but it's not going to work. I don't know what the technicality is there, but this is like the point, or maybe a focal point or something. Maybe someone can explain that exactly what it is. But you have to put this finger that's touching the string right over that bar. Like I said, not where you normally play, but just a few millimeters ahead over the bar. You can experiment, like you can hear it. That's where I would normally put my finger if I was playing a note. But it doesn't quite sound right. But as soon as I put this finger right over that bar and pick with my annular finger, it works. You can also do it like that. The index finger's there, but I'm actually plucking with the thumb, and that sounds really good on the wound strings. When you're picking like this, sometimes you hear that the scrape, but you don't hear it if you're using a thumb. Like that. So we've got open, open from A to D, and then 14, 15, or you could say 2, 3 if you're using your fingers here as a reference. 2, 3 on the D, 2 on the G, 3 on the B, open, 1 on the first string. So we've got the octaves, 12, 12, or open, open, 2, 3, 2, 3, open, 1. Then octave A's, it's an open A and second fret on the G. Remember, it's 14, add 12 on if you want to know where to put this finger. And then octave D's. 6th string open and 12th fret or open on the D string. So from here. Or if you wanted to do it the other way. Awesome, that's tutorial done and dusted. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to smash the like button and also subscribe to the channel and share it around. Share these videos around. They're pretty helpful to a lot of people that maybe can't read music, or perhaps you can but you're not that good, or even like me back in the day before my music reading was pretty good. I lacked a bit of confidence, and I always thought, oh, it'd be so nice to hear it like a really good guitar player just play this so I know if I've got it right or not. Yeah, so it's helpful for those sort of people. Sometimes people can't really see properly, can't read the score anymore, and just hearing me explain everything they can play. So if you know people like that, maybe they're vision impaired or can't read music properly or struggle here and there, let them know about this channel and it'll definitely help them out. Anyway, that's enough from me. I'll see you back in New Zealand. Ka kite.